So ang imong number ihatag nimo kang Raisa para ako na lang i-ano sa imuha, ihatag ang load through kang Ma'am Raisa, ma'am ha.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am Grace Lagarnia. Okay. Next question. Si teacher na pod ha, kanang coordinator.
Next is we provide quality education that each child ought to enjoy. Dapat
May next question na lang ko unmute sa mga mic para mag-question. I-unmute na lang na sa ang mic ha.
So kung sa ito gikinahanglan ni auto at i-address.
Good morning. Pa-unmute na lang ko sa microphone.
Strategy na gihatag is
okay, last question. Worth 100 pesos gyapon siya nga load. Ang pinakauna mo answer kay mo ay mudaog. So ikaduha nga question. Unsay complete name sa atong division doctor? Nanatay bag-o nga doktor. Complete name niya. Si Dr. Unsay complete name sa atong bag-o nga doktor? Okay, Ma'am Grace Samsung. Ma'am Grace Samsung maoy ni daog. Dr. Michelle T. Veles. Congratulations, Ma'am Grace. Asa ka nga school, Ma'am Grace? Ma'am Grace Samsung. Okay, Maigo Central ES ka Ma'am Raisa gyapon ni. So ang imuhang number ihatag na lang ka Ma'am Raisa ha para dito na lang nako ipaagi ang imuhang 100 pesos na card load.
Unsa man akong kuan nga
GS ako. Okay, so palihog na lang ko unmute na dayon sa tanan nato nga microphone kay magsugod na ta. Thank you. Thank you. So thank you for bearing with us. We are very sorry for the technical problems and reminding everyone to please ensure to to put in their data in the link necessary for the attendance. So we will proceed to our official program. I mean
Excuse me, Ma'am Milin. Pwede na sila kasulod sa YouTube?
Yes, ma'am. Available na ang
Okay,
YouTube.
okay. Thank you.
Given na ang link and attendance. So we will be now proceeding to the program proper. We will now proceed to welcome remarks.
We are very blessed with a beautiful morning today. To officially start this orientation, we are pleased to have our new Division of Lanao del Norte Medical Officer, Dr. Michelle T. Velez, for her welcome address, or welcome message rather. A virtual applause, please.
In behalf of SDS, Edilberto L. Oclinaria, ASDS, Rosemary T. Macesar, SGOD Chief Maria Carmela T. Ablin, welcome to Gulayan sa Paaralan program. Today, we will again tap our schools to have vegetable gardens to serve as a source to sustain the school-based feeding program and also other supplementary feeding programs. It also encompasses the tree planting and propagation of medicinal plants, as well as ornamental planting to beautify the schools. These activities are um, to promote among our learners the value of gardening, the emphasis on nutrition, and the love for labor. And because of these reasons, let us all join hands to implement this program and together achieve our goals. Without further ado, this is Dr. Michelle Tomada Velez, officially welcoming everyone and hoping for a fruitful and enjoyable program for all of us. Welcome.
Good day, everyone, especially to our school's division.
Thank you, Doc Michelle, for the warm welcome. Hope it motivates us more to pursue GPP more. So, why are we here today? For us to be guided, let us listen to our ever dynamic and approachable SGOD EPS, Miss Dr. Arlene Manginsay, for the statement of purpose. A virtual applause, please. Ma'am Arlene, nakamute pa ka.
Thank you so much, Madam Milin Tuastumban. Um, Morning greetings to everyone, especially to our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Edelberto Oclinaria, to our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Rosemary Tulod Masisar, to our SGOD Chief, Dr. Maria Carmela T. Ablin, to our CID Chief, Dr. Maria Eva Idon, to the in charge of our health, the health and nutrition personnel, Dr. Biles, to all nurses and attendants, Gulayan sa Paaralan coordinators, school heads, good morning to everyone. B. Wilson said that prolonged chronic malnutrition affects children for the rest of their lives because it affects both brain and development and their group. Anchored on above sayings, the Gulayan sa Paaralan is conceptualized to manifest not only the progression of it helps the progression of the nutritional status of our malnourished school children, but also to promote food security in schools and communities through self-help food production activities and values among learners and appreciation of agriculture as a life support system. To intensify the above endeavor, this virtual activity is done to promote vegetable production in the public elementary and secondary schools, to establish and maintain school gardens as ready food basket source of vegetables in sustaining the feeding program, serve as laboratory for learners, produce to produce in the school's garden with some rich of sources of protein, vitamins, and minerals, and eventually to increase vegetable consumption and to improve learners' nutrition. This activity also help us showcase small-scale food production models and inculcate among the learners the values of gardening, good health, and nutrition, love of labor, and caring for others. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that the challenges placed to your shoulder as the Gulayan sa Paaralan coordinators and to those advocates, especially in this new normal situation, is vast. What we need is to help each other so that our dreams for our school and our division's development will be realized through the implementation of the Gulayan sa Paaralan. Again, according to Anne Mulcahy, investing in early childhood nutrition is a surefire strategy. The returns are incredibly high. So with the implementation of our Gulayan sa Paaralan, all these dreams and aspiration will become true. Thank you very much, and God bless everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Arlene Manginsay, for enlightening us and giving us a clearer picture for today's activity. To our dear participants, thank you for being patient with us. To confirm your attendance, kindly click the link given below and provide the necessary data. Once again, do not forget your attendance. And for the roll call of participants, let us give it up for our GPP focal, huh? Miss Phoebe Jean S. Mapande. A virtual applause, please. Ay.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. For the attendance of nurses, I will call you one by one, and please say that you are present. So for Baloi West and East District and Linamon District, we have Ma'am Hidayah P. Ali. Ma'am Aya, are you around? Hello. I think Ma'am Aya is not around. So next we have
Hello, Ma'am Pet. Good morning. Present. Walay sound. Ay,
Ma'am Rai. Hello,
Ay,
Ma'am Rai.
present.
Yes, yes.
Present.
Okay. Naku. Okay, Ma'am Alit Pamanay. Ma'am Alit Pamanay. Na.
Lupit, good
Okay,
morning.
morning. Sorry.
Lupit, haba kayo.
Sir Jed Makapobre of Bacolod and Pasuagan District. Sir Jed. Okay, let's move
Greg
on
Impas
to
present.
Ma'am Nihaya Ma ba of Matunggaon po na Pega po District.
Present, present.
Okay, thank you. Ma'am Raisa Sultan of Maigo and
Present.
Mulay. Okay, Ma'am
Present.
Raisa is around. We have Ma'am Rosie Alcisto of Muntinlupa
Present,
Queen.
Pet, good
Yes.
morning.
Thank you. Sir, yes sir.
Present.
Muhammad, yes sir. Bongaros of Kalambugan and
Present.
Pantaw Ragat. Thank
Good
you.
morning.
And Ma'am Munina Nacaryo, Kalambugan and Tangkal District.
Present. Present, Pet.
Okay, te, acknowledge. We have Ma'am Jeanette Ibarola of Tubod East District.
Present, Ma'am Pit.
Thank you, Ma'am
Present.
Jeanette. Sir Greg. Sir Greg.
Present, present, present.
We have
Greg Impas.
we,
Present, ma'am.
Ma'am Lerny May Villabona, Baroy and Lala District. Oy, present ka. Okay. We have Ma'am Claudette Trabago, Baroy and
Ay, gwapa kay ko, present.
Lanao Norte National Comprehensive High School. Okay. Ma'am, Ma'am Shai Shai, Claire Shena May Oyog of Magsaysay District.
Present, present.
Thank you, Ma'am Shai. Sir Jasper Damayo of Nunungan, Sapad, and Lala South District.
Present.
Thank you, Sir Jas. And Sir Hope Earl Balugtod of Lala National High School.
Present, kamatay sa picture.
Si Ma'am Jocelyn Bakutot of Salvador National High School.
Present. Good morning, Ma'am Pit. Good morning to
morning,
others.
Te.
Present. Salvador National High School.
Morning. Then, Ma'am Mercy
Yan,
Kiamco of Kapatagan National High School. Ma'am Mers? Okay, that is all for the checking of attendance. We ay napaday si Ma'am Maylin, reklamo siya. Ma'am Maylin to Astumban is around. So mo ni ang picture. She is nurse of Kapatagan District and Placida Miquiabas National High School. So let's move on to the ay napaday sorry, Ate Marley. Are you around?
Present. Present. Thank you. Abi na ko malimtan ako kay mamalong nako.
Sorry kay di mo na ako nag-prepare ani nga slide. Sige. Thank you. Let's move on to our lecture proper.
Thank you, Miss Phoebe Jean, the beautiful Boros. Now that we are all geared up for today, we would like to recognize and acknowledge Miss Grace Lagarnia from Maigo Central for the integration of nutrition in class lessons. A round of applause, please. Miss Grace. Miss Grace, are you around?
Good day, everyone, especially to our school's division superintendent, Dr. Edelberto L. Oplinaria, our SGUD chef, Dr. Maria Carmela T. Ablin, the people behind this activity, participants, fellow teachers. Welcome to our webinar on Gulayan sa Paaralan School Nutrition Model. I am tasked to share about the SBFP. So before that, we will have first an update about the School-Based Feeding Program 2021 based from the aid memoir dated January 19, 2021. The Department of Education, or DepEd, has continued the implementation of the School-Based Feeding Program, SBFP, noting its relevance in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic and the challenges it has presented. About 3,517,807 pupils from kindergarten to grade 6 nationwide were the beneficiaries of the SBFP's Nutritious Food Products, or NFP, component, and 3,136,951 pupils were provided milk through the SBFP's milk component. The SBFP consists the provision of nutritious food products and fresh or sterilized milk with total allocation of 5.97 billion for school year 2020-2021. It aims to, number 1, address hunger and encourage learners to enroll. Number 2, contribute to the improvement of their nutritional status. 3, provide nourishment for their growth and development and help boost their immune system. And the last one is to enhance and improve their health and nutrition values. The program is in compliance with Republic Act 11037, otherwise known as the Masustansyang Pagkain para sa Batang Pilipino Act, signed by President Rodrigo Duterte on June 20, 2018. The law provides for the inclusion of fish milk or fish milk-based products in the SBFP as additional component to hot meals. The Bayanihan to Heal as One Act also provides for the augmentation of the SBFP budget for school year 2020. For the fish milk component, DepEd has partnered with the Philippine Carabao Center, or the PCC, and the National Dairy Authority, NDA, along with the support of various cooperatives and small and medium enterprises, or SMEs, engaged in dairy business. As of December 2020, about 34,771 schools implemented the nutritious food products component, while 33,732 schools included the fresh milk component. So we will have now the nutrition integration in class lessons. According to study, 35 to 50 hours per year of behaviorally focused nutrition education is ideal to motivate and provide learners with skills to make healthy choices. Nutrition concepts and key messages can be better communicated to school children through integration enrichment of the lesson. It can be integrated in the motivation, methodology, and teaching materials. There are key messages that can be communicated. We have Module 1. Undernutrition and overnutrition are both detrimental to an individual's health, or it is harmful to an individual's health. People who are overnourished may experience weight loss, fatigue, and mood changes, and develop mineral and vitamin deficiencies, while overnutrition can lead to overweight, obesity, and inadequate micronutrient intake. Both can lead to health issues if not addressed. Okay, Module 2. Eat a variety of food to meet the recommended energy and nutrient intake for proper growth and development. This means eat a variety of food to ensure balanced diet. Okay, number 3, or Module 3. Nutritious meals are easy to prepare and affordable. One of the simplest way to improve your health is by preparing more home-cooked meals, wherein the ingredients of these nutritious meals are usually found in our home gardens. And example of these are green leafy vegetables. Okay, number 4, Module 4. Eat variety of foods every day to get the nutrients needed by the body. Eating a variety of healthy foods help you to keep in good condition and protect against chronic disease. Right? We have Module 5. Eat a balanced diet. This means eat the right kind of food at the right amount. Module 6. Exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months and healthy complementary food for children 6 months onward is the best way to support the optimal growth development. Breastfeeding has health benefits for both mothers and babies. Breast milk provides a baby with ideal nutrition and supports growth and development. Breastfeeding can also help protect the baby and the mom against certain illnesses and diseases. Module 7. It is important to serve fruits and vegetables to preschoolers and school-age children. Healthy eating habits are established during this stage. We should encourage our children to eat fruits and vegetables because these are rich in vitamins, minerals, and fiber that will promote good health and protect against diseases. Module 8. Vegetables are rich source of vitamins and minerals. To preserve the quality of nutrients in vegetables, choose, cook, and store them properly. Proper storage of fruits and vegetables is important to maintain the integrity and freshness of the product and prevent spoilage. Aside from that, do not overcook vegetables so that to maintain the minerals and the vitamins present in that vegetables. Okay, Module 9. Vitamin A, iron, and iodine are micronutrients added to staple food to broaden absorption opportunity and correct the high incidence of deficiency. So we all know that vitamin A, iron, and iodine play a part in beating malnutrition. Okay. Module 10. School and home gardens are good sources of safe and nutritious vegetables. Let us support and encourage parents, teachers, and children to do our gardening. Home and school gardening is important and can be of great help for us in saving and augmenting our income. Let us encourage our teachers, co-teachers, and learners to do or to help develop our gulayan sa paaralan. The last module is Module 11. Maintaining good personal hygiene is essential to one's health. This will prevent diseases and illnesses spread by bacteria and viruses. This is very common to us, especially that until now, we are still experiencing the COVID-19, and we need to wash our hands regularly, follow the health protocols. Okay. Now we will have integration of nutrition education in class lessons. So there are ways to integrate nutrition education in our lessons. Use of nutrition-sensitive lessons, gardens as learning laboratories, and Nutri-School or Nutri-School home connection. Okay, so we have here an example of a lesson plan with an integration of nutrition education. This is grade 1 English, and we have our objectives here. Answer questions about the story using a sentence that includes the word because. Use the pronoun one in polite expression. So let us try to find out where we can find the integration of nutrition education in the lesson. So here is the procedure. Let's move on to the next part of the lesson. There is a story here about a mother entitled Mother May I. One brown monkey woke up early. He saw yellow bananas at the top of the banana plant. He asked his mother, "Mother, may I cross the river?" "Yes, you may," Mother said. So the monkey crossed the river and ate the delicious bananas from the banana plant. One black chicken woke up next. She saw golden ears of corn in the field. She asked her mother, "Mother, may I cross the river?" "Yes, you may," Mother said. So the chicken crossed the river and ate the fresh air of corn in the field. One white rabbit walked up last. She saw green spinach plants in the garden. She asked her mother, "Mother, may I cross the river?" "Yes, you may," Mother said. So the rabbit crossed the river and ate the nutritious spinach leaves in the garden. As you could notice here, the story is all about fruits and vegetables. So this is already an integration of a nutrition lesson or a nutrition topic. Okay. Here we go. We have here modeling, guided practice, and the independent practice. Now, in the independent practice, there are hot questions. So the last part here, as we notice, do you think they have to eat vegetables and why? So this question is already an integration of nutrition education. Okay, another example of questions which show an integration on nutrition education. Okay, we have here, if they have vacant lot or big lot of their backyard, what do you think they must to do so that they will no longer cross the river to eat their favorite food or vegetables? The possible answer would be they must plant their own vegetables or have a vegetable garden. What indigenous vegetables can you plant in your vacant lot, and how will you plant them? Do you eat vegetables too, children? Are vegetables good for us? What benefits we get from vegetables? So this part of the lesson shows an integration of nutrition education. Okay. So we have here an integration of nutrition education and formal education curriculum. So we have here the subject or the learning area, the grade level, quarter, competency, nutrition topic or key nutrition methods incorporated in subject, mode of delivery, or the means of verification or attachment. Okay, example, ESP, grade 3, second quarter. Competency, nakapagpapadama ng malasakit sa kapwa na may karamdaman sa pamamagitan ng mga simpleng gawain tulad ng pagdadala ng pagkain o namang bagay na kailangan. So, the nutrition topic here, pagbibigay ng masustansyang pagkain sa mga taong may karamdaman. Mode of delivery, through lecture, through PowerPoint presentation, and pictures. So, means of verification, daily lesson plan, and now we are using DLP or the daily lesson plan. Okay, in science 3, second quarter, enumerate helpful habits to protect the sense organs, especially the eyes. We have nutrition topic, practicing helpful habits to protect the eyes, eating nutritious foods like vegetables like squash and spinach, beans, eggs, and citrus fruits or juices. So through lecture, by giving activity sheets to be answered by the pupils, presenting PowerPoint presentation or slides. So the LP means verification is the LP. Science 3 again, second quarter, enumerate the helpful habits to protect the sense of organs, ears, and nose. Practicing helpful habits to protect the ears and nose, personal hygiene. By giving activity sheets, lecture to be answered by the pupils, presentation, PowerPoint, presentation slides. Okay. Again, science 3, second quarter, enumerate helpful habits to protect the test organ, tank, practicing helpful habits to protect the tank, personal hygiene. By giving a lecture, activity sheets to be answered by the pupils, presenting PowerPoint and presentation slides. So, means of verification, the LP. Okay. In English 4, second quarter, infer traits of characters from what they do or say in a story heard. The topic is The Tomatoes of Phyllis, storytelling, no? Okay, in Science 4, second quarter, identify specialized structure of terrestrial and aquatic plants. Nutrition topic, specialized structure of terrestrial and aquatic plants. Lecture and mode of delivery. EPP or HA4, second quarter, na ipapakita ang maayos na pag-upo at paglakad. Mga nutrition topic, mga dapat isalang-alang sa pagkakaroon ng maayos at matikas na postura, pagkain ng masustansyang pagkain, pag-ehersisyo sa araw-araw, maayos na pag-upo at pagtayo, pagtulog sa hindi bababa sa 8 oras. Okay. Means of delivery sa pamamagitan ng pagpapakita ng mga larawan ng 3 pangkat ng pagkain, go, grow, and glow, kasabay ang pagtatalakay kung ano ang magagawa ng mga pagkain ito sa ating katawan. MAPI 1, second quarter, identifies proper behavior during mealtime. Eating the right kind of food to make a body healthy during mode of delivery during review. Okay, mathematics 5, second quarter, addition of decimal numbers. Eating leafy vegetables. So, group mode of delivery, motivation, or group activities. Okay, we have pictures here. This is an example of school garden as a learning center. The pupils have field trip in their own school garden. Okay, we have here nursery gardens. Gardens as learning laboratories for various subject areas. Okay, another picture. So, for example, we can visit the school gardens if we have lessons like this: ecosystems, living things in science, measurements of and computation of perimeter area of garden in math, familiarization with English or Filipino nouns, adjectives used to describe things seen in the school garden, familiarization with fruits, vegetables indigenous to the Philippines, including their socio-cultural value in Araling Panlipunan. Okay, garden-based education leverages on experiential learning. Okay. Garden-based education can promote learning about the environment, food system, food diversity and safety, good health, and most importantly, can influence food habits of children. Through learning by doing in the school garden, students learn how to grow plants and take good care of the environment. All right, let's move on to the next topic, cooking with indigenous vegetables. So indigenous vegetables are best defined as species that are locally important for the sustainability of economies, human nutrition, and health. And they can be planted in even small plots of land. To mention few of these, we have saluyot, lagikway, talinum, gabi, ubi, and uraro, and many others. Now, in cooking and choosing indigenous vegetables, there are considerations. Number 1, the balance and variety. The 3 basic food groups should be present in the right proportion. We have here picture of pinggang Pinoy. This is an example of a complete meal for every Filipino. Another consideration, we have seasonality and availability. Fruits and vegetables in season are produced and produced in local gardens are affordable and in good quality. So we must consider this one in cooking, in making and preparing our meals. Another one is the flavor combination. So we have here the flavor star enhances. This brings out the other flavor. The balances counteracts the other flavor. If you if your dish is experiencing too much of one of the flavor, use a balanced flavor to level it out. We have here spice, salty umami, sweet, sour, and bitter. Another one is cooking method. We have two meal plates here. The first one is prepared commercially, and as we could see, it is from the fast food. No? The other one is prepared at home or homemade meal. So the first one is marked wrong. So it is very clear that in cooking method, we should consider the second plate or the homemade meal. All right. Indigenous vegetables are like your favorite celebrities. They are versatile, meaning we can cook and prepare indigenous vegetables in many ways. For example, the root crops. Root crops are best substitute for rice, especially for those who are on diet, no? Salad and snack. Example, boiled oraro, gabi, cassava, and kamuti. Fried, Burmese kana fries, yuca sticks, cassava jelly roll. Caramelized candy, kamuti, cassava, ginger, and ubi. Then for saludsud, pancakes made from grated cassava, oraro, and coconut. We have also native delicacies. We have nilupak. Usually in our vernacular, this is what we call niluyang. No? Suman, balanghoy, cassava cake, ginataang halo-halo, and chips. All right. Root crops also can be a substitute in panada and stews. Example, kamuti. Thickener also in soup dishes such as nilaga or sinigang. Can be also extended in the kamuti and singkamas in lumpia. It is also with ingredients in producing starch or flour. Spice, example, ginger and garlic. Then root crops can be also tea or juice from ginger. And acharang labanos, pickles. The leafy vegetables, ginataan. Gabi lives in laing. Then kamuti tops can be made into juice or tea. Then soupy dishes such as ginataan, tinula with alog, bati, the steamed for salad, stir-fried, tempura crispy kangkong lagikway, umilit, alogbati, umilit. So na sa picture, we can see here kaning pako. Okay. Flowers, no? Flowers from indigenous plants can be made into ginataan, bulaklak ng kalabasa or saging, then tea or juice from roselle plant, soupy or sauté dishes, and steamed salad. Legumes and seed. Legumes and seed can be boiled into porridge, roasted, fried fap, salty and sweet, flavor agent peanut in kari-kari, sauteed stew in ginisang tapilan, soupy dishes, stir-fried, and buro. Fruit-bearing vegetables. stir-fried or fried soupy dishes like kundol, extender and spring rolls like shumai, and kindi made of kondol. Okay, did you know that 1/2 medium piece or 1/2 cup of boiled orange kamote can provide 100% of recommended daily intake of vitamin A for ages or for children ages 6 to 12 years and almost 80% for adults 19 years old and above. 1 cup of boiled katuray or kulitis leaves can provide 100% of recommended vitamin A intake for children, teenagers, except 16 to 18 years old male and adults. One cup of saluyot leaves boiled can give more than 100% of the recommended daily vitamin A intake of children 6 to 9 years old and almost 90% for 10 to 12-year-old children. One serving or 3/4 cup of boiled lagikway leaves can give children 6 to 12 years old more than half of their vitamin A recommended intake. Now the question is, do our children will eat this saluyot and lagikway leaves? So think of an alternative way, another way of cooking this one. So what we are going to do, atong buhaton, tagod-tagurong na to ni siya nga mga dahon, pinupinuhon, isagol na to sa bula-bula, isagol na to sa atong karne sa para sa lumpia, or himuon na to ni siyang embutido. To make sure nga makakaon jud ang atong mga bata o leafy vegetables, no? Okay, 1 slice or 3/4 cup of papaya, ripe papaya contains vitamin A equivalent to 15% of the recommended daily vitamin A intake of children 6 to 9 years old. One cup of boiled colitis leaves can give more than 1/2 of the recommended iron intake of the following age groups: 6 to 9 years old children, both male and female, and males aged 10 to 12 years old and 16 to 29 years old. More than 25% of the recommended daily iron intake for females aged 13 to 29 years old. 1 cup of boiled leaves of Japanese malunggay, katuray, saluyot can provide around 20% of the daily recommended iron intake of children aged 6 to 9 years old. One cup of mature patani beans has a little more than 10% of the recommended daily intake of iodine for both children and adults. Now, we have here some indigenous legumes. So number 1 is the patani, which is high in calcium, fiber that will help prevent heart disease and manage blood sugar levels among diabetics. Where paayap, sabi ni Saya, we have tahure, no? Excellent source of phosphorus, antioxidant contents that will help fight cancer. It has magnesium that improves bone health and sleep patterns. Then we have tapilan, excellent source of calcium and phosphorus for healthy bones and teeth. Seed oil feed to diabetic rats resulted to decrease in blood glucose, total cholesterol, and increase in good cholesterol. Kadyos or pigeon pea. The color of this is black, no? Ining mag-utan tani, mag-itom-itom ang atong sabaw. Rich ni siya sa Visayas region dapit, no? Sa mga Siquijor, Dumaguete, and natin. I also seen this one. Sildam lang diri sa atua sa Lanao and naapod sa Bukidnon, no? This is high source of cancer-fighting vitamin C, good source of phosphorus, also important for growth and repair of body cells. Then bataw. Source of calcium, vitamins B1, which inhibits heart disease or heart failure, and has zinc. Then the indigenous leafy vegetables. We have common one is alugbati. Zeaxanthin and lutein for eye health, B vitamins for nerve health, and energy release. Mao ni siya alagbati, no? Then the kulitis or kudyapa, sabi ni saya, kudyapa. Rich in B-carotene, phosphorus, lutein, promotes breast milk production. Saluyot, B-carotene, phosphorus, and lutein. Lagikway promotes breast milk production. Talinum promotes breast milk production, high in antioxidant. And banahian or the Japanese malunggay, high in vitamin A and C for immunity, fiber for heart health. Okay, we have indigenous root crops, the oraro, good source of folate and potassium. Kamuting kahoy or the cassava, roots and leaves are good source of vitamin B, C, calcium, and iron. And leaves rich in protein and vitamin A, while roots rich in phosphorus and potassium. Gabi, leaves and roots are rich in protein, vitamin A, C, and E, B complex, calcium, phosphorus, zinc, magnesium, and iron. While tugi contains B, vitamins, anti-stress, anti-spasmodic. Kamuti, decent source of vitamins and minerals and antioxidants, while ubi contains protein, vitamin C, and other antioxidants. Okay, so I will show you video which will remind us the importance of food handling and preparation. Okay, let's watch this.
In the Philippines, diarrhea and gastroenteritis are leading causes of mortality between children in the ages of 1 and 4. That is why it is important to learn proper handling of food to avoid cross-contamination. Vincent keeps this in mind as he prepares food for his family. When food is handled improperly, it can be contaminated with bacteria, chemicals, and physical wastes like hair or fingernails. That is why Vincent puts the raw foods like meat or poultry and fresh produce like fruits and vegetables in separate bags in the grocery to avoid food cross-contamination. Same can be said when placing the items in the refrigerator because bacteria present in raw meat can transfer to the vegetables and food items. Bacteria can also transfer onto different areas in the kitchen. So before preparing his family's meal, he washes his hands with soap and water. He uses different sets of knives and chopping boards for the meat and vegetables to avoid contamination. He also remembers to wash his hands after handling the meat and the utensils he used. It is important to cook the meat to the proper food temperature so that any bacteria present will be eliminated. Vincent checks the meat using a food thermometer to check if it is safe to eat. He waits for 3 minutes before serving the meat to his family. In those 3 minutes after meat is removed from the heat source, the temperature remains constant and kills any remaining bacteria. Vincent serves his family the meal he carefully prepared with a smile because he knows that well and free from any contaminants. To learn more about food contamination, visit www.foodshop.com.
All right. So as what we have seen, it is very important that we know how to handle and prepare our food properly to ensure safety and to avoid diseases and illnesses. So once again, thank you so much for spending your time with me. I hope you learned something from this session. So before I will end, always remember that
So we would like to extend our warmest gratitude to Miss Grace S. Lagarnia for the very informative presentation. I hope we have learned a lot from Mom Grace. So we would like to present this certificate of recognition to Mom Grace. Let me read to you the citation. So, certificate of recognition is hereby awarded to Grace S. Lagarnia for imparting her valuable insights and knowledge as resource speaker during the webinar on Gulayan sa Paaralan Integrated School Nutrition Model for school nurses and Gulayan sa Paaralan focal persons of DepEd Division of Lanao del Norte on September 20, 2022. Given this 20th day of September 2022 at the Division Office, Bigarangan, Tubod, Lanao del Norte. Signed, Edilberto L. Oplinaria, SESO 5, Schools Division Superintendent. You may claim your certificate via your district nurse, Ma'am Grace. Thank you. For the for the next speaker, At this juncture, to furnish our knowledge regarding bio-intensive gardening practices, let us be enlightened and learn new gardening practices from the school head of Suso IS, Miss Virginia Joquino, who won Regional Gulayan sa Paaralan Best Implementer for 3 consecutive years. A round of applause, please, for Ma'am Virgie Joquino.
To our Schools Division Superintendent, Edilberto L. Oplinaria. To our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Rosemary T. Masisar. SGOD Chief, Maria Carmila T. Ablen. CID Chief, Maria Eva S. Edon. To the Division Health Personnel. To all the Public Schools District Supervisors, school heads, teachers, good morning. Our topic this morning is about Gulayan sa Paaralan program using bio-intensive gardening practices.
We have objectives. Participants are expected to characterize a bio-intensive garden, understand principles and standards of a bio-intensive garden, familiarize with indigenous and locally adapted vegetable crops in the Philippines. Integrated school nutrition model, we have the three components: nutrition education for children and parents, bio-intensive school garden, and supplementary feeding. Multifunctionality of school gardens. First, we have experiential learning. The pupils learn the value of hard work because they spend time to dig and till, to plant and to water their gardens. Second, food source for feeding program. The products or harvested vegetables are utilized for feeding program. Third, conservation of agrobiodiversity. Agrobiodiversity has been conserved, managed, and sustained by teachers, learners, and parents. Platform for linking local communities by parents, LGU, barangay officials, PTO officials and members, and other stakeholders. What is bio-intensive gardening? Bio-intensive gardening, or BIG, is a farming system that stresses nutrient recycling, build-up of soil biological base, diversified cropping, and use of indigenous or locally adapted cultivars of nutritionally relevant vegetables. BIG is an ecological approach to gardening which makes the best use of available natural resources and does not rely on any chemical inputs. It uses nature's own ingredients to build and maintain soil productivity. At the heart of the approach is the effort to improve soil capability to nurture and sustain plant life. Bio-intensive gardening features: organic gardening, climate-smart practices, agrobiodiversity conservation, and nutritional diversity. For the organic gardening, we have green manuring and fertilizer trees are grown. For climate-smart practices, we have mulching, deep dug and raised beds, and cover cropping. For the agro-biodiversity conservation, we have shade saving and planting locally adapted vegetables. For nutritional diversity, crop diversity. Bio-intensive approach helps gardens adapt to climate change. Gardens that make the best use of available natural resources and does not rely on any chemical inputs, relies on locally produced seeds, locally produced fertilizers, and does not use any chemical pesticides. Thus, the carbon footprints of food produced using this approach is minimal. Moreover, the food products are safe and free of pesticide residues. Bio-intensive approach improves soil health for healthy crops. Bio-intensive approach, nutrient smart. Tapilan or tahori, rice bean is rich in protein, should be planted in the garden. Bio-intensive approach, water smart. Carbon smart, like dried kakawati, leaves expose carbon dioxide which is needed by the plant. Biointensive approach emphasis on indigenous vegetables. Biointensive approach, biodiversity smart. Biointensive gardens have set of standards. The following practices and principles, when applied, can potentially address challenges and issues and help achieve the objectives of school gardens. School gardens are expected to function as source of additional fresh, nutritious, and safe vegetables for feeding program. Content, a demonstration of climate-smart agriculture, serve as learning venue for school children and their parents. Establishment of school nutrition technical working group consisting of the school administrator, GPP coordinator, and agriculture teachers, is BFP coordinator, and HE teachers, nutrition education coordinators, and other stakeholders. The TWG identifies opportunities for promoting school-level nutrition. Garden planning is done at the start of the school year, and it involves GPP coordinators and agriculture teachers, SBEP coordinators and HE teachers, and grade level coordinators. The plan should consider the Mino cycle, learning competences, and local situations like water availability and space. Garden beds should be dug 1 foot deep and raised 6 inches high to encourage better drainage in wet seasons and water conservation during the dry seasons. Diversity within the garden is maintained taking into consideration seasons and feeding center and school content requirement. For more than 12 different crops are planted at a given time, with 70% indigenous plants and 30% introduced crops. Drought-tolerant and nutritionally dense leafy vegetables like colitis, saloyot, etc. are grown for feeding and school contents. Root crops such as kamote, kamuting kahoy, gabi, ube, etc. are grown as energy source. Orange, yellow of every school garden as source of antioxidants, beta-carotene, and anthocyanins. Fast-growing leguminous trees like kakawati, Gliricidia sepium are planted 0.50 meter apart on the perimeter of the garden or within the school vicinity as green manure bank that provides green manure and green mulch. Protective leguminous trees along the perimeters and the regular use of organic matter help lower soil temperature and keep the environment cooler, thus reducing high impact of high temperature and rainfall variability. Composting of leaves, plant remains, and kitchen wastes in compost bins should be practiced year-round. Other locally available materials, such as animal manure, eggshells, and wood ash, may be incorporated to improve soil quality. Soil and water conservation techniques contribute to overall garden health. Mulching is allows organic materials such as rice, straw, cut grass leaves, sawdust, and the like used to cover the soil around the plant or between the rows. Use of mulch like dried grass or leaves to cover the garden beds help reduce evaporation to lower soil temperature and control weed growth. Regular use of green leaf manure using leaves of kakawati and other leguminous plants, it is applied during bed preparation to improve soil fertility. Rainwater is stored and recycled and used in gardens. Alternate day watering is practiced. Good heavy watering 2 to 3 times a week only. Regular use of green leaf manure using leaves of kakawati. Compost fertilizer and other locally available organic matter are regularly applied to beds to enrich soil biological life, encouraging earthworm, nitrogen-fixing bacteria, and mycorrhiza fungi that helps roots access nutrients in the soil. Crop rotation and intercropping are practiced in every plot. The cycle of planting different crops every cropping season and growing a different crops within beds reduces pest buildup and provides year-round availability of food source but does not overburden the soil. School gardens practice cover cropping or ground cover during summer season. Drought tolerance legume crops like tapilan, paayap, and bataw are planted on plots to protect the soil from drying out, rebuild fertility, and suppress weed growth. Rainwater is stored and recycled and used in gardens. Alternate day watering is practiced. Good heavy watering 2 to 3 times a week only. Liquid fertilizer can be prepared and applied on a weekly basis to assess seedlings less than a month old, boost root growth, and plant health. This can be prepared by fermenting green leaves like kakawati. Here are the procedures on how to make a liquid fertilizer. The fermented fruit juice, FFJ. Gamit para sa tanom. Natural nga potasyum para pagbugat sa bunga. Patamis og dugang pabunga sa tanom. Para sa hayupan, pagana sa kaon. Materials o mga sangkap. 1 ka kilo hinog nga saging. 1 ka kilo hinog nga kapayas. 1 ka kilo kalabasa o watermelon. 3 ka kilo molasses. 60 ml EMAS or effective microorganism activated solution. Mga pamaagi sa pagbuhat og fermented fruit juice, FFJ. Hugasan ang prutas. Paugahon sulod sa 5 ka minuto. Hiwaon o gagmay. Ibutang ang tanang prutas sa balde, 20-liter capacity. Isagol ang imas o molasses sa prutas sa gulon pag-ayo. Pwede butangan og nylon screen ang ibabaw, optional. Butangan 5 ngadto sa 8 ka buok, 25 to 50 grams nga bato ibabaw sa nylon screen. It is optional. Trapuhan ang baba sa balde o sa takloban. Tanugan sulod sa 7 ka adlaw. Kuhaa ang tubig sa tinanog dahil isulod sa plastic container. Pamaagi sa paggamit. 2 ka kutsara kada 1 ka litro nga tubig para i-spray sa dahon, punuan ug ugat sa tanom. 2 ka kutsara kada kilo sa organic feed. Gamiton kaduha sa 1 ka semana. Gardens should be free of chemical pesticides. Insect repellent crops are planted and botanical insecticides are used only when needed. Flowering plants such as marigold is planted to attract beneficial insects. School gardens can be self-reliant by producing their own seeds and seedlings for the next season. Establishment of nursery and seed storage areas can provide year-round supply of seed and seedlings. Thank you and good morning.
Mahayahay Elementary School presents Gulayan sa Paaralan School Year 2016-2017. The vegetables planted in our school garden came from our school nursery, where seed bank, seed bed, and seedlings are located.
Our Gulayan sa Paaralan is sustainable because we use several strategies. Homemade pest control and fertilizer, such as oriental herbal nutrients, indigenous microorganisms, vermiculture, composting of biodegradable materials, and carbonized rice hull.
We can easily water our plants because we have faucets and hoses in our garden. We use sprinklers, pails, and containers in watering the plants. Spades, hose, and bolos in digging and planting.
We have clean, green, and healthy plants.
We planted root crops like lutia, kamote, cassava, gabi, ubi, and corn.
Leguminous plants such as munggo, sigarilyas, sitaw, mani, bataw, patani, sitsaro, and linga.
Green leafy vegetables like alubate, kangkong, pichay, malunggay, sangig, kulites, tinangkong, and saluyot.
Spices such as sibuyas, kamatis, tanglad, luya, and sili.
Other vegetables like kalabasa, repolyo, opo, pipino, okra, patula, ampalaya, talong, papaya, singkamas, labanos, and kondo.
This is our Baikubo area.
Lutia and cassava area developed by grade 4 and 5 EPP pupils leaded by our EPP teacher, Mrs. Libby D. Campesino, and school head, Mrs. Virginia P. Duquino.
Welcome to our classroom vegetable garden.
Kindergarten vegetable garden, grade 1A, grade 1B, grade 2, grade 3E, grade 3B, grade 4, grade 5, and grade tree garden, mungo, and squash area. Most of the harvested vegetables utilized for feeding, and some are sold to the parents, teachers, and community. We would like to extend our thanks and gratitude to the following stakeholders. We are now on the third year implementation of Gulayan sa Paaralan. We are still doing our best to be the first place winner. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, Ma'am Virgie, for that very informative gardening practices. We would like to read the citation of your certificate. Certificate of recognition is hereby awarded to Ma'am Virginia P. Joquino for imparting her valuable insights and knowledge as a resource speaker during the webinar on the Gulayan sa Paaralan Integrated School Nutrition Model for School Nurses and Gulayan sa Paaralan Focal Persons of Department of Education Division of Lanao del Norte on September 20, 2022. Given this 20th day of September 2022 at the Division Office, Bigarangan, Tubod, Lanao del Norte. Signed, Edelberto L. Oplinaria, CESO 5, Schools Division Superintendent. Ma'am Virgie, you can claim your certificate from me.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
Yes,
Ma'am
ma'am.
Helen.
You're welcome. You're welcome, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
To add some additional inputs on ways to sustain the integrated school nutrition model, we are honored to have here with us a performing GPP coordinator from Kapatagan East Central School who already won several GPP awards, who won GPP awards. Without further ado, may we call in Miss Edith C. Gallo. A round of applause, please.
My sincerest thanks to all attendees of this event. I, Edith Sigalo, Teacher 3 of Kabatagan Est Central School, would like to greet first our supervisor, principal, guests, and to my fellow teachers, a happy, and lively day. In my 21 years experience as a teacher, I never expected to be a speaker in such a huge and very important event like Gulayan sa Paaralan. It is indeed very important because gulay is essential. During these pandemic times, food problems arise. People are often not to go out of their homes to buy and eat what is readily available. And most of the time, it is just the sardinas, noodles, or other dilata which are more expensive and not as nutritious as the cooked vegetables. The answer to this problem is having our own gulayan at our school grounds and backyards. We already have the answer, but challenges like how do we do the gulayan gardening arise. Through this virtual meeting, lecture, initiative of our DepEd leaders, the appreciation and educational trainings for the gulayan was done excellently. We are told of fulfilling the idea that we can be farmers of our own food. On our part as teachers, we have to relay the knowledge to our pupils or students. So, they will relay it to their housemates or family. At the outset, having a gulayan sa Paaralan and eventually gulayan sa kabahayan brings food security and healthy body. Sabihin natin sa ating sarili, gulay is essential. Since gulay is essential, what will we do to sustain it? Bear with me, for my topic today is about ways to sustain in the integrated school nutrition model. Before we move further, let us read first the enabling factors why we have to strengthen or sustain the Gulayan sa Paaralan program. One is DepEd Memorandum number 223 series of 2016 strengthening the implementation of the Gulayan sa Paaralan program in public elementary and secondary schools nationwide. This is to address malnutrition and to promote vegetable production and consumption among school children, and to sustain school gardens, not only to attain 63% sustainable garden at present, but also to establish gardens in all schools nationwide. Another is DepEd Memorandum number 89 series of 2015 implementation of the Department of Education funded Gulayan sa Paaralan program for school year 2015-2016 to address malnutrition and promote vegetable production and consumption among school children. DepEd Memorandum number 191 series of 2013 implementation of the Health and Nutrition Center funded GPP assisted by the Department of Agriculture, Bureau of Plant Industry to address malnutrition and promote vegetable production and consumption among school children. DepEd Order number 51, series of 2016, implementation of the school-based feeding program for school year 2016-2017 to address undernutrition and short-term hunger among public school children. What is our understanding of sustainability? Sustainability is a combination of two important words, sustain plus ability. When we say sustain, we have to maintain, and when we say ability, it involves skills or action to make it sustainable. How did we implement nutrition education and make it sustainable in our school? What we did is the model should be incorporated with the Enhanced School Improvement Plan, Annual Implementation Plan, and School Improvement Plan, so that we will be guided to where we are heading and on what to do along the way. Another is by creating a technical working group. Of course, it is spearheaded by our school principal. This group created to set all the planning. Another is by conducting regular meeting with the school technical working group. This is to keep updated and to monitor as well. Posting update through GNIFB or Gulayan Nutrition Education Feeding Board or WAD to make our stakeholders updated. Strengthening linkaging with our multi-stakeholders, partners to gain support, cooperation, and eventually shared responsibility with the barangay officials, BHW, local government units, DE or private sectors, and NGO. Conducting teachers in service training. This is done to refresh their knowledge and to keep them on track on the new ideas. Conducting integrated of nutrition education during parent-teacher conference to let the parents do their share and to inform them as well. Conducting lesson integration on nutrition education for the learners to learn and apply eventually what they have learned. Experiential learning in our Bahay Kubo and other modes are craft museum, Nutri-Hub, mobile feeding, BSPP, Busog sa Pagbasa program, and SAKA, sa Asinso, Kasali Ako. Another is SWAB, which means School Wellness Activity Bonding, where everyone will be given a chance to fellowship with each other through dance and gardening. Sana All, which means school and neighboring areas always look lovely. Through nutrition education, everyone will make it a habit or a lifestyle to stay healthy and clean. School-based nutrition knowledge power, a way of checking the intakes of our learners and parents through a quiz bee. School-based Gulayan sa Paaralan monitoring and evaluation, where every areas assigned are evaluated and also to rewards teachers and parents for the labor they have done. And lastly, we have division level support through technical assistance and monitoring with the SDOD and CID team, who always shared with us the accountability and responsibility in making every schools in the division shine in every way they can.
Rosal or habit schools serve the river as a species of habit schools, probably native to West Africa, used for the production of plant fiber and the sun infusion, in which it may be known as carcass. Rosal plant has been used as a therapeutic plant for centuries. Traditionally, extract seeds of eggs, urinary tract infections, colds, and even hangovers. In Senegal, the juice of leaves treat conjunctivitis, and when pulverized, soot sores and ulcers. Root concoctions act as a potent laxative, native of virus use salty drinks to stabilize blood pressure and lower cholesterol. Packed with antioxidants, they help lower blood pressure, may help lower blood fat levels, protect fight bacteria. Roselle is probably native to Africa and now widely naturalized in tropical and subtropical regions of the world, particularly in India and Southeast Asia. It is widely grown in Africa, Asia, Papua New Guinea, and the Pacific China Thailand are the leading producers and also important suppliers. But production is mostly used domestically. Hello everyone, this is our tiny house. I'm Samantha Ekong. I have learned in school that gulay is essential, and gulay should be in our own backyard, especially in this pandemic time. And that is why I have my own gulayan sa bahay. Tara, magtaon na to!
And that is the end of my topic. I hope you have learned something today. And once again, thank you for the opportunity. And thank you also, Jilan, for the technical assistance. God bless us all.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Galo, for imparting your valuable insights and for teaching us the ways to sustain the school nutrition model. So, Ma'am Ma'am Edith? No. Okay, reminding everyone to please mute your microphone. Again, reminding everyone to please mute your microphone. Thank you. So at this juncture, I am going to read to you the citation of the Certificate of Recognition. So Certificate of Recognition is hereby awarded to Miss Edith C. Gallo for imparting her valuable insights and knowledge as resource speaker during the webinar on Gulayan sa Paaralan Integrated School Nutrition Model. for school nurses and Gulayan sa Paaralan focal persons of Department of Education Division of Lanao del Norte on September 20, 2022, given this 20th day of September 2022 at the Division Office, Picarangan, Tubod, Lanao del Norte. Signed, Edelberto L. Oplinaria, CESO 5, Schools Division Superintendent. Ma'am Edith, you can claim your certificate from me. Thank you.
Thank you po, Mamilin, Ma'am Poy.
So before we proceed, we will have a I we will have an icebreaker to to sana- to lighten up our mood kay murag tas na jud ato ang kuan ato ang mga video nga gi-present. So I will give to you Ma'am Raifa for the icebreaker.
All right. So I think everyone is already on their seat for ready na ba kayo sa icebreaker? I hope daghan mo natun-an og nakapaminaw clear inyong signal para nakapaminaw mo og tarong sa lecture ganina sa webinar. So ang akong activities is question and answer na pod. So kung kinsay first nga makasulat sa chat box, maka-answer sa question nga akong ipangutana kay maoy makadaog sa 100 pesos nga worth load card sa iyahang cellphone. So I hope palihog unmute tanan sa inyong mic and maminaw mo sa question. So katuluran ako basahon ng question kung kinsay una mo daog, makasulat mo ay daog. So number 1 question is, blank is a bio-intensive approach to small-scale household food production. Okay, I repeat. Blank is a bio-intensive approach to small-scale household food production. Lastly, blank is a bio-intensive approach to a small-scale household food production. Hello, wala pa nagsulat sa chat. Okay, nanay ni answer. Ang number 1 nga ang naa sa dinhi sa nauna na nakasulat is si Sir Efren Cañete. Bio-intensive garden. Sir Efren, good morning. Sir Efren?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. From
Actually
Kapatagan
nga,
National High School, ma'am.
okay, Kapatagan National High School. Ang imong nurse kay si Ma'am Maylin?
No, ma'am. Si
Ma'am
Ma'am Mercy Kiamko.
Okay, so ang imuhang load is dito na mo ikuan kang Ma'am Ma'am Mercy ha.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, next question. Same procedure gyapon kung kinsay una makasulat sa chat box is siya ra gyapon ang mudaog. Okay. What RA is otherwise known masustansyang pagkain para sa Batang Pilipino Act? What are a or otherwise known as masustansyang pagkain para sa Batang Pilipino Act? Okay. What? Okay, Ma'am Dolores L. Alawi. Mo'y naka-answer. RA 11307 or known as masustansyang pagkain para sa Batang Pilipino Act. Ma'am Dolores, good morning.
Yes,
Ma'am
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Asa ka nga school, ma'am?
Sa District of Baigo, ma'am.
District of Maigo. Unsa nga
Mentoring class.
Mentring
Yes.
Mentring ES. So, ang imong nurse is si Ma'am Raisa.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so puro kang Ma'am Raisa karon ang nagdaog majority. So sa iyahan na lang kwaon ng imuhang load ang load na worth 100 pesos, ma'am, ha.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, so maura to so far ang atong games kay nahurot na ang prizes. So the next speaker will be our GPP coordinator. Siya ang next nga inyohang makita. Okay, thank you, Miss Ma'am Feby Jean Mapandi.
Um, okay, for the next part of this orientation, may we present to you the best practices of school who garnered the second place Gawad Si Club, Gulayan sa Paaralan, Best Implementer, Regional Level. Ju- and now, let us watch their best practices of Chupila Quebranza. Please enjoy the video and I hope you will learn from it. All right. So that is the Chupila Quibranza National High School. The regional second place, Gawad Siklab Gulayan sa Paaralan, Best Implementer, regional level. At this juncture, I will present to you or reiterate the forms needed to submit for the implementation of Gulayan sa Paaralan. Ito. I believe that has been shared by your nurses. Ako na lang ni siyang balikon. So, for our implementing guidelines, please review the DepEd Memorandum number 223, Series 2016. This is entitled Strengthening the Implementation of Gulayan sa Paaralan Program in Public Elementary and Secondary Schools Nationwide. The objective of this is to promote food security in schools and communities through self-help, food production activities, and values among learners and appreciation of agriculture as a life support system. So we have a Facebook group page and all the documents are in there. I-click lang ninyo ang featured and then this is the name of our group page, Gulayan sa Paaralan, Lanao del Norte Community. So please join this Facebook page and you can post your Gulayan sa Paaralan implementation there. Of course with proper format for posting. The name of school, the name of district and the activity. And also the Department of Agriculture will they will kanang support us if we magsulat ng tag letter of request addressed to Ma'am Leticia G. de Tucalan, our provincial agriculturist, and the list of farmer beneficiaries. So ako na ni siyang gi-forward sa inyong nurses. I hope this has been forwarded to you. Mo ni siya ang form and then ang kaning list of beneficiaries are your students. Pwede pod ang katong mga parents, then ilang perma. So mora na pwede ninyo ihatod ni siya directly to the Department of Agriculture. Office diri sa Pigkarangan, Lanao del Norte. So mo ni siya ang atong action plan. Please use the recommended format. So mo ni siya ang itsura. And we are very particular with kaning resources needed, kaning financial. If unsa ang inyong asa gikan ang inyong financial resources, kung PTA ba or MOE, please indicate. And also the right signatories, mo ni siya ang format. Tulo ra ka buok ang signatories sa mga action plan. Prepared by school head, recommending approval by Ma'am Maria Carmila Tiablin, our SGOD chief, and approved by Sir Edelberto L. Openaria, our SDS. So for the district nurses, you have to accomplish this form every quarter. So mo ni siya ang consolidated nga format. For the GPP coordinators, kani siya is mo ni ang format sa inyong i-submit sa inyong nurses every quarter. And also, kuha siya every quarter, so 3 months. So we will be using the fiscal year para dili ta maglibog. We have January, February, and March, April, May, and June, and so on. So prepared by the Gulayan sa Paaralan Coordinator and approved by the school head. For the Katami, this is the link tinyurl.com/nutritional model. I have already forwarded this to your nurses. And also on additional announcement, on October of last week of October, the central office will be coming to monitor the Gulayan sa Paaralan, the SBFP, including the Gulayan sa Paaralan. So, katong mga coastal schools, prepare lang pod mo kay basin hapitan. So that would be all for the announcement. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Phoebe Jean, for reminding us about the forms. To formally close our enriching activity, we shall be graced by an endearing message from our dentist, Dr. Celia C. Subiri, for the closing remarks. Doc Cel?
Okay. Hello? Hello. Hi.
Yes, Doc, we can hear you clearly.
Sige, okay na? Pwede
Yes,
na ako
Doc.
makakuan? Sige,
Yes,
sige.
Doc.
Okay. Hello, good morning to each and everyone. On behalf of our SDS Edelberto L. Oplinaria, to our SGOD Chief, Ma'am Maricar Ablin, it is indeed my pleasure to do this task to deliver the closing remarks and expresses our gratitudes to all those who made this virtual orientation on Gulayan sa Paaralan Integrated School Nutrition Model as a successful one. To our speakers, Ma'am Grace Lagarnia, Ma'am Virginia Joaquinio, and Ma'am Edith Gallo, who shares their expertise and the integration of nutrition in class lessons, the bio-intensive gardening practice, and the different ways to sustainability of the integrated school nutrition model. Thank you so much. And to our best practices of Jupila National High School, who garnered a second place Gawad Siklab Gulayan sa Paaralan Best Implementers in regional level. Thank you so much. And we are hope through this orientation, we learned more knowledge on how to improve our Gulayan sa Paaralan. To our Almighty God who always showers us with blessings, we praise you and thank you so much, Lord, for you're always there for us, guided us as we travel our journey in life. Thank you so much and have a nice day ahead. Okay, that's all. Salamat sa tanan participants.
Thank you, Doc.
Okay.
Thank you, Doc. We want to express our deepest gratitude to our speakers, and we would like to thank and commend everyone for participating in this virtual orientation. We hope you learned a lot from our speakers. According to former DepEd Secretary Jesly Lapos, the health and nutrition of our learners is a crucial factor affecting their academic performance. By making food more accessible to a larger family, we can better ensure the success of our learners. Always remember, in this life, we have two homes, the earth and your body. So take care of them and have a good day. And eat healthy. Once again, this is your host for today, Maylin B. Tuastumban, now signing off.